I got a really clear message when my wife said, "My greatest fear is that our lives will never change."
I was an angry, two-faced, shut down jerk.
I was at the point in my life where I really wanted to have a change. I wanted to be different.
Although in my head, I thought I was valuable, but I just didn't really feel it and know it with all that I am.
I couldn't look in that mirror and say, "I love you," and mean it.
She always said that if she left, she didn't think it would affect me any.
The expression "lean into it" became a new type of an expression because that's something I never did. I never leaned into anything. I always ran the other way and hoped that no one would notice.
I recognized I wasn't happy, but I wasn't. I was afraid to take a step and ask for help.
You're right, someone else has to be wrong. And unfortunately, I was playing that game a lot in my marriage.
I was always someone that thought that I could fix myself. And I found out that even the strongest person in the world needs help.
I mean, I'm in the last quarter, and I don't want to sit in my rocking chair and regret, that I didn't do this or I should have.
They all tried to get inside of me, and no one could. No one could, and all it took was 4 days inside of these four walls to do it.
When I first heard about this training, I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to take this time off. It's just not going to fit. I don't really believe it's going to have the powerful breakthroughs that some of my friends were talking about.
There are certain things you cannot do for yourself. You can't take a bullet out of your own back.
I didn't feel like I was an alcoholic because I didn't wake up and drink a beer. I didn't spend my last $5 on alcohol. I just took care of my stuff and then got drunk every night.
Sometimes we have to experience pain to know joy.
It will be one of the hardest things in your life that you will ever have to do. To admit that things are not okay and that you would really like some assistance. But let me tell you, every tear you cry will be worth it.
I'm 41 years old, and for the first time in 20 years, I feel like I'm living again.
I woke up one day after Summit and I said, "I'm a beautiful person." And I went, "Where'd that come from?"
On this night, I cried. And she says, "Real tears?" I said, "Yeah, real tears."
A lot of people that come into the training are dealing with issues of hate. Mostly people just hating themselves and not realizing it.
I like to say you can just let down the facade because, I mean, it's just not worth being mad your whole life.
I overcame so much anger. I overcame so much anger that I didn't even know I had inside me. It broke down walls of things I had never seen in my life before. Now I'm alive. Not just physically, but inside, emotionally, I am alive.
I'm so happy that it's not there, that dark, bottled up rage is gone.
It just feels good. My body hasn't changed, my face hasn't changed, but I've changed.
The training just unlocked my heart. It's just amazing.
I never knew that I could look so good. I never even considered the possibility.
There's no words how to explain this. It's incredible. It is incredible.
I felt inspiration. I felt a clarity in life.
Through this training, I've realized that love is the most important thing in life.
I experienced freedom and passion for life. And I've never had passion for life, ever.
Because it's gonna make your kid do a 180, complete 180. It's gonna come back feeling like $1 million. And everyone around you is gonna just be touched by it.
To experience weightlessness and yet be on the ground. To experience what it means to give my word and have confidence that I know that I'll keep it this time.
The awesomeness of it is that I can be a magnificent spiritual being, and I can do the things that are important to me
And like there's a song that says, the answers are locked deep inside ourselves. That's where I found my answers.
Had I not gone through it, not that I would have died or anything, but I was only living, like I said, about 80%. Now I'm up to 100% plus. I went out and bought my wedding dress today. Someday I'll find a groom.
A 50-year-old CEO up to an 85-year-old grandma, and I can promise you they're all going to have powerful breakthroughs in their life.
You know, there has to be something to this, because for somebody to change that much in 4 days, there has to be something to it.
I was able to say things to him that I wouldn't have been able to say at home. And he was able to say things to me without it hurting my feelings and without me getting upset about it.
I feel a total new spark in our marriage. It's like she's a new, beautiful woman that I've had always, but I'm just looking at new eyes.
It's just something that deepens whatever the relationship is. It can take it to levels that you probably only dreamt about.
I have an ex-wife out there that I am going to heal that relationship. Then there's no guesswork about it. I am going to heal that relationship because I deserve it. Our child by that relationship deserves it, and she deserves it.
I don't believe that any person can have a successful relationship with anyone if they are not first right with themselves.
You know, how can you like somebody that looks like me? How can you want to be with somebody like me? And now I understand and I believe and I trust that he really does. He likes me and loves me for who I am. And that's powerful.
Well, if my wife were sitting here, she would tell you, as she tells everyone else, that she feels like she's having an affair because I'm a completely different person.
I spend so much time just making about $1,000 a month, okay? Within a month, I raised over that amount to go through this training, as well as doing work and doing my other things. And if I can do this, surely you can.
I know that if you come in with the intent that you want to be there and you're ready to take it on, the money will come.
And if money's a concern, believe me, there is a universe that loves you and supports you and is there, and nothing goes unheard in the universe.
It's a powerful thing that happens here. Very powerful, even for a young kid like me, 22-year-old kid like me. It's pretty powerful. I didn't think I'd ever be saying things like this.
And it was passion. Absolute passion for myself and my spouse. To feel, rather than just say, I love you, but to feel it, to be moved by it.
They all just showed me their love, and as hard as I felt I was, I'm glad I let it crack through and open me up.
Trust your heart, because your heart is telling you that this is your next step.
I would like to give you the opportunity to partake of that journey and take it on and learn how to fly and let your spirit soar and just become the who you are that you know you can be.
You wonder if, time and money and work and all of those things are going to come together. And in that moment that you're wondering about that, if I could be there, boy, I'd love to be there, to encourage you to go for it, to really listen to your heart on this. Don't be in your head. Don't think about it, hard about it. Because if you really do that, I think your heart's gonna start beating a little faster. And it's gonna tell you to go for it, because you deserve to fly.
The reward that I got after I did it, I would not trade that for anything. Anything.